In the movie, we are shown the year 2120. Humans have found 3 ways to remain immortal, that is, to live forever. The first method is cybernetically enhanced humans, who are called cyborgs. The second method is artificially intelligent beings, who are called synths. And the third are synthetic beings who have some human-like consciousness, but are also synthetic, so they are called hybrids, meaning a mixed species. Now, whichever of these 3 technologies prevails, meaning it brings everyone under its control, will rule the world. Then we are shown a spaceship named Mahino. It has been on a mission for the last 65 years. We see some sleeping pods in which some people are sleeping, and that sleep is called cryosleep. Some people emerge from there, who are called crew members. They had woken up to take a break from their sleep. Here, Captain Dinsdale says that the comms are down and the log files are corrupted, but it might be a glitch. And besides, you guys are burning too much fuel, so I want you to shut down at least one system. Here, a mechanic says that I think we will have to get rid of one of the aliens you have on the spaceship. Or maybe from all the creatures, but the security cyborg reminds them that no, these creatures are the main objective of our mission. Without them, our research is useless. After this, a scientist is seen feeding some food to these strange aliens. Some creatures are small, kept in capsules, but there are also some very large and dangerous creatures. All systems are checked to ensure there are no issues. Now the crew can go back to sleep, the same cryosleep they took a break from. On the other hand, on Earth, we see a research facility named Neverland, which belongs to a corporation. There, we are shown a girl named Marcy. Someone is teaching her about scorpions, but then a doctor named Sylvia arrives. She announces that everything is ready. It is revealed that Marcy is sick and is being taken to the operating room so her mind can be transferred to a synthetic body. The company founder says that Marcy will be the first human to be transferred from a human body to a synthetic body, and she will become the first hybrid. Now, Marcy is connected to a machine. She starts to remember her childhood. As her mind is being transferred to the new body, she revisits everything from her childhood memories. After a while, we see that Marcy is completely healthy and can do amazing things, like jumping from great heights. She is now given the name Wendy. And the most important thing is that because synthetic bodies cannot grow, she is given an adult body from the start. But obviously, her mind is still that of a child. Birch explains that fake bodies cannot produce hormones like a human body can. So Wendy won't have emotions and moods like humans do. But Sylvia explains that more children are coming to the facility, and the corporation will have to help them with this transition. As soon as the children arrive, Wendy talks to them a lot and shows them her new body and how strong it is. She also hangs the children on her arms. One by one, all the children get their new bodies, and they completely forget about their illnesses, as if they never had any. All those children are given the name Lost Boys. Meanwhile, on the Mahino spaceship, we see a very strange creature running around the ship. There is chaos everywhere, and as usual, the creatures that cause destruction are also there. Shia starts screaming, and an alarm begins to sound. Mora hides in the computer room and starts talking to the ship's AI, telling it that all the samples are now gone, that we have lost them. Just then, Severy suddenly arrives and starts banging on the door loudly. But instead of opening the door, Moro transforms his arm into a blowtorch and seals the door shut. Suddenly, a creature appears and attacks and kills Javeri. Moro tells the AI that all the crew members are dead. Just then, the same creature starts banging on the door and breaks the glass to get in. Moro tells the AI that the ship must crash on Earth as soon as possible because these creatures are our priority. Now, Moro hides in a pod. The alien comes in and spits on the pod, but it has no effect. Moro prepares to land on Earth, that is, to crash land on Earth. On the other hand, we see Hamid arrive in a city called New Siam. That city is run by the same corporation. Wendy sees him on the security camera. And here, his story is told. He also works for the same corporation and thinks his sister, Marcy, is dead. When she sees him, she starts to remember her childhood again. While Hamid is on the roof talking to his co-worker, he suddenly feels the building shaking. And at that moment, the Mahino crashes into the city with a huge explosion. Hamid and his team arrive below to evacuate people as quickly as possible and to guide them so they don't get trapped under the debris. While the team is looking to see if there are any survivors to be saved, they approach the ship. They enter through a hole that leads them to a hall. Returning to Morrell, who uses his transforming arm to get out of the impact room. He is wandering around the ship and finds the crew's bodies everywhere. When he sees Hamid's team on the security camera, he calls the ship company to stop him, warning them. Here, Wendy, who is watching everything on the security footage, says that we should send our team as well. Now her team also departs from there under Kirsch's supervision. Meanwhile, on the Mahino, 2 members of Hamid's team start looking for survivors. As the soldiers are searching for bodies, a leech-like alien emerges from the ceiling and tries to get inside their shirts. Suddenly, Moreau arrives and takes those soldiers hostage. When Moreau leaves, those same bugs crawl into the men's heads and slowly eat their brains, killing them. Meanwhile, we see that in the science lab room, Hamid and his 2 companions find a pod filled with bodies. When they try to inform headquarters, the radios become unstable. When Hamid looks at the dead bodies, he thinks they have been dead for weeks, without noticing that there is also an alien in a pod. They move to another room. There too, they only find dead bodies. After the 3 of them leave that place, meaning they exit the ship and start searching inside the building, they have no idea about it. That an alien named Xenomorph is chasing them. They go up the stairs, and then to get to the door they need to pass through. There is a huge gap in between. Hamid's companion jumps. He makes it there, but he also gets injured. Their next companion also jumps across, but the floor breaks. The first companion manages to catch him. Now, before Hamid can jump, he sees something like saliva falling on his shoulder. He looks up and realizes the Xenomorph is on the ceiling. Hamid runs from there, saving his life, and tries to make contact on the radio. Here, we are shown a flashback in which it's revealed that Hamid had asked for the termination of his contract because he wanted to go to medical school, but it wasn't granted. So now he has to work for 7 more months. Now, Wendy is watching all of this on camera, and when Karsh's team arrives there, Wendy hears a very strange sound that no one else can hear. When she hacks the security cameras, she finds out that her brother is still trapped in the elevator. Now she runs into the building. As she gets closer, the sound gets louder. Karsh is also with her, along with the rest of the Lost Boys team. When they all go inside the ship, they see that alien plants are still stuck to the ship's ceiling. There are blood-filled bodies everywhere, and they also see a cat with an alien inside its eye. And that mini alien emerges from the cat's body, taking its eye with it. Now that same small alien moves forward and attacks a team member, but she stops it with her hand. There, they throw him on a table where he is caught in a tray. When Karsh connects his body to the computer, he finds out that it was a research vessel. Meanwhile, Hamid continues his research. He finds a man there. They go together and knock on an apartment door. A costume party is going on there when a Xenomorph arrives and immediately kills the man with Hamid, throwing him around. Because of this, the gun kept near the man activates, causing the costume party's host to run inside in fear. But the door is left open, and the Xenomorph crashes the party and starts killing all the guests present there. It also picks up the body of the man who was with Hamid and throws it towards him. Now the entire room is filled with corpses. When all the guests are dead, meaning the Xenomorph has killed them, the Xenomorph now jumps from the balcony to kill Hamid as well. But then Moreau arrives and stuns the Xenomorph using his electrical gun, and then Hamid as well. When he reaches the elevator, he is surrounded by the corporation's soldiers who try to arrest him. Now, because of their argument, the Xenomorph gets time to reach them again and kill them. He is ready to kill Moreau, but he hears some noises and runs away from there. Meanwhile, Karsh is looking at computer files, where he finds footage of some creepy egg patches. He tells this to Wendy. He also reads that about 5 undiscovered species, meaning species that haven't been identified, are also on their way. Cavalier contacts them and tells them to send all the living species there. When Hamid wakes up, he looks around. It seems to be a very expensive apartment. He also finds a football with signatures on it, which reminds him of his childhood. And at that moment, Wendy finds him. Slowly, she asks them to come with her. The 3 of them head towards the elevator, unaware that someone else is in the shaft. As they are heading towards the corridor, Wendy tells Hamid who she really is. Hamid doesn't believe her and starts asking her questions from their childhood to find out if she is really telling the truth. When she answers all the questions, Hamid starts to cry and hugs her. After that, the 3 of them find an egg patch. Wendy starts hearing strange noises. An egg is slowly moving. The Xenomorph also suddenly enters the room and takes Hamid with it. Wendy starts running after them. Hamid is now in a shipping container. The Xenomorph also arrives there and growls at them. Wendy and Hamid hear its footsteps coming from the top of the container. Wendy waits for a bit and, seeing the right opportunity, starts to stab the ceiling to harm it. It starts to bleed, and its blood was so acidic that it burns a hole in the ceiling. After that, the Xenomorph pushes the container. He falls. Hamid could no longer see Wendy. The Xenomorph moves towards Hamid, but Wendy pulls it back by hooking it from behind. She pulls it towards the door, and Hamid closes it. Because of the door closing, the alien's inner jaw gets cut off. But the angry Xenomorph pulls Wendy inside the door along with itself. It bites the cable so that it can open the door again. The door does open, but he is surprised to see that the Xenomorph's body is getting damaged. Here, Hamid and Wendy faint. After regaining consciousness, Hamid sees it shedding. Meanwhile, we see Moreau, whose brain is still connected to the computer. Karsh and Moreau get into an argument about who the ship belongs to now. During that time, an egg opens, and Moreau jumps outside. After that, a corporation team arrives, which starts taking the Lost Boys, the rescue team, and the alien samples to Neverland. Meanwhile, Sylvia is working on Wendy to heal her. Karsh gets upset whenever he sees an egg opening. Still, one egg opens and drags him away. They realize that the eggs only react when there is organic life in front of them. So Cavalier puts Karsh in charge of the alien. In the evening, we see that Moreau has somehow reached the city. He snatches a phone from a random person and calls the CEO of the corporation. He tells him that he has the data, but not the creatures. But he is planning to bring them back because he has been working on this his whole life. Here, we also find out that Moreau had a daughter. On the other hand, we see that Wendy has regained consciousness and is feeling a bit better now, but she is still hearing strange noises, so she follows them. Meanwhile, in the lab, Karsh and 2 of the Lost Boys cut open an egg. They find an alien inside it called a facehugger, and its shriek is so terrible that Wendy collapses. Meanwhile, we see Hamid in the operating room where one of his lungs is being removed, which is now preserved in a tube. Then Karsh arrives and drops the parasite into the tank so it will go towards the lung on its own. Wendy tells everyone that she hears very strange noises and wonders why only she can hear them. It feels like the aliens are trying to talk to her. Cavalier asks her if she can mimic those sounds. Wendy mimics the sounds, and everyone finds them very strange. In the lab, we see an eye alien kept in a glass case. In the same glass case, there is also a sheep. It jumps on the sheep's head and kills it instantly by pulling out his eye. There's a boy there, Arttu. Arttu disapproves of the alien's presence, meaning he doesn't believe in them. He suspected that they had murdered 6 children to create a hyper-advanced AI. Just then, Nims arrives and says that she is expecting, but Arttu explains to her that it's not possible for a mechanical body like hers. But Nip says no, it's real, but Sylvia explains to her that it's not possible. Meanwhile, Cavalier tells Wendy that he will send Hamid home, but in return, Wendy will have to help them with the Xenomorph research because they allowed her brother Hamid to stay here. Later, we see Wendy go to the lab and repeat those strange sounds so she can communicate with the alien and Hamid's lung. Suddenly, a baby Xenomorph emerges from Hamid's lung, but Wendy calms it down by making that strange sound and then manages to pet the baby Xenomorph. Birch is watching all of this from a distance. Just then, there's a flashback that shows Magino's crew going into their cryopods. We see that there is also a fire, and 2 facehuggers have escaped. One has killed Captain Danstel, and the other has attached its body to someone else. Noáh runs towards the infirmary and finds out that Rinsel has indeed been killed. Because when some crew members killed the facehuggers, their blood had also splattered on the captain's face. Bronchi is still alive, so they all agree to send him into cryosleep with that creature. But in the end, their plan fails, and the facehugger kills Bronchi and then breaks the pod and escapes. Noáh gives an electric stun gun to a man. Some of the crew members also wake up. During that time, they notice that another alien has escaped. Now, they feel that one of the crew members is not well. When he is scanned, it's revealed that there are some dark spots in his digestive tract. He is bleeding a lot. 2 people there start to operate on him, and while they are operating, they notice some foreign bodies. They think they might be some kind of ticks. While they are being removed, one tick sprays a gas that instantly kills the 3 people present there. The others try to escape from there, but the alien bugs come out of his body. Another Xenomorph arrives there to attack. Now Noáh was fed up with all this. He takes command of the ship and orders everyone that they must reach Earth as soon as possible. After this, Noáh goes towards the corridor, but someone stops him and also fires at him. During this firing, another man gets hurt. Noáh drags him into the lab and hides him. Unfortunately, the same man who had blocked Noáh's way in the corridor arrives there and shoots the man who Noáh had hidden in the head. Noáh also fires back at him, but he escapes through another door. But Noáh comes and kills him with a blade. But because the door was left open, the alien also comes out of the lab. On that side, we see the scene in the medical bay where the Xenomorph comes after Zaveri and hits her legs with its tail to make her fall. Zaveri immediately runs away and closes the door, but the Xenomorph opens the door and starts chasing her. In the other room, Zaveri finds a blowtorch with which she seals the door. Noáh also hides himself in the computer room, and outside, whoever is fighting the Xenomorph, it hits them with its tail so many times that their body becomes useless, and an alien comes out of their body and climbs onto the Xenomorph's face. And here, Zaveri also gets a chance to escape. But when she asks Noáh for help, he seals the door with a blowtorch. He doesn't care if Zaveri dies from the Xenomorph's attack. Shortly after, the ship crashes on Earth, and a few days later, Noáh meets with the same corporation and promises them that he will bring back the alien samples. He also plans to kill Cavalier. We are shown that the baby Xenomorph is locked up, but Wendy keeps visiting it to talk to it, and Hamid is worried about his sister. Hamid tells her that they should get out of here, but Wendy still wants to stay and do some research. On the other hand, we see Nibs, who is getting herself tested because she felt like she was expecting. The scientist can't understand anything, so a boy says to wipe her mind. Arttu is a very kind scientist. He refuses, but Dr. Sylvia agrees, and Arttu is fired. Over there, we see that the corporation and Cavalier are blaming each other for the alien crash. After Nib's memory is wiped, Wendy confronts Sylvia. She tells her that the problem isn't the aliens, but her. Just then in the lab, an accident occurs when a man accidentally opens an alien cell, and the creature kills him with acid. And Arttu and another man go into the lab, but that man betrays Arttu and locks him in with the alien. A little later, the aliens escape from there and start killing the scientists. Here, Wendy uses hacking to free the Xenomorph so it can help them. With Arthur's help, Hamid turns off their trackers, and then the three of them, Wendy, Hamid, and Nibs, run towards the jungle. In the jungle, they find some graves of real children whose minds were put into these hybrids. Soldiers also arrive there, but Wendy summons the Xenomorph, which kills everyone. When they reach the docks, soldiers are waiting for them. A soldier throws Nibs' toy into the water, so Nibs attacks him and breaks his jaw. A fight starts here. Wendy and Nibs both use their robotic strength to take down the soldiers, but in the end, Hamid sees an injury and stops Nibs, and everyone gets caught. During this, we see that the Xenomorph is killing humans all over the island, and Wendy hacks the facility's system, shows Sylvia their crimes, and activates the self-destruct alarm. A fight breaks out between Morrow and Kirther. Morrow is about to die, and during this time, everything starts to get out of control. Adam tricks Hamid, and an alien attacks him, but Wendy saves him. She freezes his body robotically by doing some hacking. Now, finally, the last scene arrives where Cavalier tries to escape and offers a $1 million reward. Here, Wendy also summons the Xenomorph, which kills all the guards. Now, Hamid knocks Cavalier unconscious, and Wendy locks all the corrupt scientists, including Sylvia, Adam, Morrow, Kirsch, and Cavalier, in a cell. And here she says that now, not humans, but we hybrids and aliens will rule. With this, the scene closes here. Thank you for watching.